1. During a training session for new property and casualty agents, a mentor notices that several adult learners are disengaged during a lecture-heavy module. Which strategy best aligns with adult learning principles to re-engage learners? A. Extend the lecture time to cover more examples. B. Incorporate real-world claims scenarios into a group activity. C. Provide a detailed summary handout for independent study. D. Administer a surprise quiz to assess attention levels. 2. An instructional designer is developing a compliance module on unfair trade practices. Which approach best ensures the curriculum meets regulatory compliance standards? A. Refer to last year's training materials for content consistency. B. Use personal experiences of veteran agents as the basis. C. Consult the latest updates from the Department of Insurance. D. Focus the module on ethical theories and abstract principles. 3. A property and casualty insurance trainer is designing an evaluation to assess learners' understanding of coverage limits. Which method best evaluates applied knowledge? A. Multiple choice questions on definitions. B. Essay-style questions about insurance history. C. Role-play simulations involving client policy reviews. D. Matching terms with their definitions. 4. When mentoring a newly licensed agent, which of the following communication techniques is most effective for clarifying complex underwriting procedures? A. Provide a link to the manual and ask them to review it. B. Use analogies that relate underwriting to everyday situations. C. Allow the mentee to shadow without explanation. D. Schedule weekly written assessments. 5. A curriculum developer must revise a course on policy exclusions to accommodate adult learners. Which of the following best reflects adult learning principles? A. Include timed memory drills to enhance recall. B. Add peer teaching segments using actual claim case studies. C. Focus solely on state-specific legal language. D. Present exclusions as abstract rules without context. 6. An insurance educator receives feedback that learners are struggling with endorsements. What is the most appropriate first step to revise the curriculum? A. Reduce the amount of time spent on endorsements. B. Replace endorsements with general contract law. C. Conduct a learner needs assessment to identify gaps. D. Assign independent reading on ISO forms. 7. A senior adjuster is mentoring a new recruit in claims investigation. Which technique aligns with best practices in adult mentoring? A. Correct all mistakes immediately and directly. B. Encourage independent decision-making with constructive feedback. C. Assign only basic tasks to build confidence gradually. D. Focus mentorship strictly on procedural compliance. 8. A trainer wants to evaluate the effectiveness of a module on commercial auto coverage. Which of the following provides the most actionable data? A. Trainee satisfaction surveys. B. End-of-course written tests only. C. Supervisor interviews 2 months post-training. D. Observed trainee performance in simulated client meetings. 9. In developing a curriculum on liability coverages, which of the following should guide the selection of content for adult learners? A. Learners' immediate job responsibilities and past experiences. B. The preference of the lead instructor. C. Historical data about the topic's legal origins. D. Popularity of topics in past courses. 10. An insurance mentor is helping a licensee develop sales strategies that comply with regulations. What is the most effective mentoring approach? A. Assign pre-recorded ethics modules and leave follow-up optional. B. Model compliant behavior during live client interactions and debrief afterward. C. Review regulatory documents line by line. D. Focus solely on company policies. 11. A curriculum designer is tasked with updating training on state-mandated insurance practices. What's the most critical first step? A. Meet with company executives for input. B. Benchmark competitor training programs. C. Review the latest legal and regulatory requirements. D. Update graphics and interface design. 12. During a post-training evaluation, learners indicate confusion about risk retention versus risk transfer. What is the best follow-up instructional method? A. Deliver a follow-up lecture reviewing terminology. B. Assign a multiple-choice quiz for reinforcement. C. Facilitate a case study exercise comparing scenarios. D. Send an FAQ document via email. 13. A new hire struggles with explaining policy deductibles to clients. What is the most effective mentoring action? A. Ask them to observe more experienced agents. B. Provide written scripts for them to memorize. C. Schedule disciplinary feedback sessions. D. Review deductibles during team meetings only. 14. An evaluation tool asks learners to define the term actual cash value. Why might this be insufficient for assessing applied knowledge? A. Definitions are too complex for most learners. B. Definitions are subjective and vary widely. C. The task does not measure decision-making in real-world scenarios. D. Learners prefer visual aids to verbal responses. 15. In planning a property and casualty pre-licensing course, which element best supports adult learner engagement? A. Detailed instructor lectures. B. Standardized online modules. C. Real-world application exercises. D. Mandatory attendance tracking. 16. An insurance training manager wants to ensure compliance across all training sites. Which action best achieves this goal? A. Trust local trainers to adapt content as needed. B. Use a centralized, regularly updated training manual. C. Allow trainees to self-direct their learning. D. Review only final test scores for discrepancies. 17. What is the most effective way to assess learners' understanding of state-specific cancellation laws? A. Ask them to recite the law word for word. B. Have them write summaries based on legal text. C. Present scenarios and ask learners to determine legal outcomes. D. Test their knowledge using only federal examples. 18. A mentor notices a trainee consistently avoids policyholder phone calls. What is the most appropriate mentoring response? A. Assign administrative tasks only. B. Discuss the issue and role-play phone interactions. C. Transfer the trainee to another department. D. Penalize the trainee during evaluations. 19. In updating training content for a new flood insurance regulation, what ensures the training remains compliant? A. Simplify content to focus only on general principles. B. Verify content against current federal and state guidelines. C. Use last year's materials for continuity. D. Avoid legal jargon to reduce learner anxiety. 20. A licensing instructor asks learners to role-play responding to client complaints. What is the primary instructional value of this method? A. It allows instructors to grade quickly. B. It fosters rote memorization of protocols. C. It encourages practical communication skill development. D. It reduces the need for written assessments. Property and Casualty Insurance License. The Property and Casualty Insurance License Test is a standardized examination required for individuals seeking to become licensed insurance agents in the areas of property and casualty insurance. This license permits professionals to sell and manage policies that cover personal and commercial property, liability risks, auto insurance, workers' compensation, and more. The exam assesses a candidate's knowledge of insurance terms, policy types, state-specific regulations, underwriting practices, ethics, and claims handling procedures. Success on the test demonstrates a foundational understanding of risk management principles and regulatory compliance. Insuring agents are qualified to provide guidance and coverage solutions to clients while adhering to legal and ethical standards in the insurance industry. Here are the top 5 beneficial uses of Property and Casualty Insurance License Exam. 1. Legal authorization to sell insurance. Passing the Property and Casualty Insurance License Test grants the legal right to sell property and casualty insurance products, including auto, homeowners, renters, and liability insurance, enabling professionals to work in a regulated industry. 2. Career advancement and income opportunities. Earning the license opens doors to a wide range of career paths within insurance agencies and brokerages, with high earning potential through commissions and bonuses. 3. Credibility and professional trust. Licensed agents are viewed as knowledgeable and trustworthy by clients and employers, which enhances credibility, fosters client relationships, and supports long-term business success. 4. Expanded service capabilities. Holding a property and casualty license allows professionals to advise clients on risk management and offer comprehensive coverage solutions for personal and business needs. 5. Regulatory compliance and ethics. The exam reinforces understanding of legal responsibilities, ethical sales practices, and state-specific compliance, reducing liability and protecting consumers.